Before we start, let's do some paperwork. So, sorry about this, dry throat. If you haven't seen a doctor to allow you to exercise, please see a doctor. If you don't want to see a doctor, you can actually fill out my ParkU health questionnaire form, which is actually pinned below this video on YouTube and my website, or pinned at the top of our Facebook page. Fill out the first and last page. If you tick yes to anything on the first page, please delve inside the other pages and have a look to see what is relevant to you. Save it, sign it, send it to me, I'll sign it and send it back, and we'll actually get you exercising. Whoa! Right. Just waiting for people to come in. Right, so this is the 85th Canned Workouts Freakout Friday on the 6th of November 2020. Thank you very much all for coming. I hope you all have some fun, and we're all going to have some good exercise as well. Right, won't be a second, seems to be an error. Right, as per usual, Facebook and also Amazon have decided to change a lot of settings, so everything's not working as well as it should do. But we are live, so we will go onto the main screen. Good morning. Yes, I'm feeling a lot better, thank you, yes. So, good morning everyone. I hope everyone's having fun. Yes, I pulled my rhomboid on my left scapula the other day. I've realised it's probably due to well, whenever the radiators go back on for some reason, I get a runny nose and it keeps on running, and I sniff and I cough, and it's not COVID or anything like that. It's just what I've always had throughout all the times when we had to transition here. And I sneezed at one point and suddenly it went. Happens, unfortunately. So I'm really sorry about that. Hopefully let's get back onto action and get working out. It's very dry today again for some reason. It's radiators, dries out the air. Get some proper air in. Right, so while people are filtering in, let's carry on with the myths. We're on myth number 10 of Declan Doyle's ProCoachingGroup.com. Too much protein damages your kidneys. Protein certainly has been taken a bashing over the years, and a lot of it stems from the belief that too much protein can cause kidney damage. Where the confusion lies is that protein has only been associated as a risk to those who already have a kidney disease. That's the link, okay, so take that as morning. Yes, I'm a lot better, thank you. With those that don't, there is no evidence that high protein diet is harmful. In fact, a study looking at sorry, dry throat again still, at alternated normal protein intakes with higher levels of over 3 grams of protein per body weight in kilos in trained men over a year, found that there were no harmful effects on measures of blood lipids, fats, as well as kidney and liver function. In addition, despite the total increase in energy intake, that's something we need to take as well, read between the lines. In addition to, despite the total increase in energy intake due to high protein, during the high protein phase, those who participated in the study did not experience an increase in fat mass. The truth, unless you've been diagnosed with kidney disease, having a high protein intake, that extra protein will do you no harm, or won't do you any harm. For the majority of adding more protein will probably benefit. Yes, protein satiates you a lot more than anything else, especially if combined with carbohydrates. Tends to bond together, makes a very complex carbohydrate. So, on that, basically if you don't have kidney damage, basically a high protein diet is alright. I'll just turn the music down a little bit. I'm going to have a drink of water at the moment. I've got 2 bottles to choose from. So, the good thing about Declan stuff is that I can actually use it with the information that I already know. there are some tribes out there which are carnivores only. If you look up, there are a few tribes in Madagascar, particularly the ones which actually sleep like that, as I've shown you before. They only eat meat, mainly because most of the vegetation, I'm not saying all the vegetation, is actually poisonous or basically not very good for human consumption. So what they do is they feed the vegetables to the animals and then they eat the animals, so they get the vitamins through the meat. So their protein intake is hugely high compared to a lot of other places, and they don't seem to have much problem. So it's underlying conditions that can actually exacerbate things, and people actually jumping on the bandwagon, particularly newspapers. Right. Right, so let's see what we're going to do today. So it's the 6th of November. Yes, we're going to do 10 exercises. We've got dumbbells. I'll put them down there because I've got my toaster sticking out a little bit more than normal. Chair, mats in front that you can't see at the moment, and water. Right. So it's going to be a very leg heavy day today. So I hope you don't wobble off later on too much. Right, so let's start with the warm-up.
Warm-up.
So start by marching on the spot, pointing your feet down. That's good. Keep it up. Right, let's tap our feet out. So you're going forward. So you are working a little bit more. You're working more on the thigh and the glutes. Get that nicely warming up. And let's do a different one. Let's go. Tap forward, tap out, tap back. Tap forward, tap out, tap back. Tap forward, tap out, tap back. So we're doing 2 triangles. Sorry again. For some reason I've got a really dry throat today. So it's diagonals. So front, side, together. Front, side, together. Mind your mat so you'll trip up. That's for me because I've just actually tried to trip up over it. Right, let's go back to marching on the spot. I'll turn that music up again. For some reason it's going really weird. Couldn't get the music to work this morning because Amazon for some reason seems to have changed the way my music runs on a pad which is probably older than my daughter's. My oldest daughter's 15th tomorrow. We're making her cakes. So I haven't finished them, that's why I haven't got them laid out. Oh, they're alright. Right, so let's go high knees. Really work those glutes and thighs. Excellent, keep those arms bending. Excellent, good. We will be needing a little bit of space today. Hopefully you've got enough space to actually traverse a little bit. Let's go wide. Keep those arms moving as well. Come on music, don't stop on me. Excellent, right, we're going to go higher knees towards the side. Really feel that pull underneath your glutes. It's like trying to step in a bog, not a toilet. Colloquial UK usage, no. Like, that's good, good. Right, back to the march on the spot. Right, I like to explain, well actually march on the spot, I like to explain the first exercise, what we're doing with the travelling side squats. So I'm going to start off at one side. What we're going to do is, I tend to put my hands on the hips because I find that it keeps my chest elevated. So we're going to go nice wide together, and back again. So 2 one way, 2 the other way, just to minimise the distance we're travelling. Otherwise I'll be in the fridge, normally where I am. Right, so marching on the spot. That didn't take much time at all, really. Are we ready in 15 seconds? Start moving towards your starting point. There you go, Sarah just moved over. Do you notice that? Right, 5 seconds.
3,
2, 1. So, traveling side squat. So, try and get your feet facing out slightly. Get your knees following your toes. Try and get those hips back. So, I'll try and do a little bit of a diagonal so you can see more. So, I'm trying to keep looking forward at all times. That's it, 5 seconds.
3,
2, 1. Excellent. Right,
exercise.
next exercise we're going to do is fencer's lunge. So you're going to need a hammer, nails and some wood. No. What we're going to do is we're going to lunge out. I like to do heel first, and as you put your heel down, you're going to bend forward and put your arm out like a fencer.
3,
Okay?
2,
Back up,
1.
and then the other way.
Exercise 2.
So you might need a bit more space. So try and hit that heel first. I find it a lot easier on the knee. It's almost like you're rolling your foot down. I'm poking into the fridge. So we're trying to stretch the inside of that thigh and really work the glutes on that side and the hips. Get your inner Errol Flynn on. Or D'Artagnan, whichever of the Three Musketeers you are.
1. Change exercise.
Excellent. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to get the dumbbells and we're going to do an upper body one just to try and get those upper body muscles working. We're going to get the dumbbells into a high position as though you're trying to do a chest press.
3.
Stand shoulder width apart. We're going to push
1.
forward,
Exercise
and as we
3.
push forward, we're going to round our backs and try and get our shoulders really far forward, and then pull back as you come up straight. So round and straight. So pull your abdominals in as well at the same time. This is good for your rhomboids. It's what I found particularly good for my rhomboids. It was the pull back which hurt a lot, but pushing forward is stretching it to the maximum, and then pulling back and contracting it to the maximum is the best way of actually exercising the muscle.
3, 2, 1. Change exercise.
Excellent, good. Right, we've got reverse lunge backward swing. So we're going to need, you can either use one or two of these dumbbells. What we're going to do is going to go reverse lunge as we go back. Whichever foot goes back, we're going to bring the dumbbells up.
3,
Whichever foot goes
2,
back over the same
1.
shoulder.
Exercise 4.
Let's go. The reason why I like this one is it forces you to keep completely upright because you're actually manipulating the weight above your body. Try not to hyperextend that back, so no leaning back. "15 seconds. Five.
3, 2, 1. Change exercise.
Excellent. Right, we've got fast feet next. So what we're just going to do is just go on the floor. Nice and easy. Easier said than done. If you don't want to do that, you can roll your feet
3, 2,
into high knees or
1.
higher knees.
Exercise 5.
Let's go. It's a little bit different than just, you can put your arms out if you want, you don't have to. It's like jogging with your underwear around your ankles. You should go to the loo. I'm sure we've all done that when we were 5. 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1.
Change
Brilliant,
exercise.
right. Attitude pulse. So we're going to go into the ballet section now. You'll lift one leg up, point the toe, and what we're just going to do is going to bounce it up and down. So you're pointing your toes at all times.
3,
Nice balancing
2,
act.
1.
Work your thigh, your
Exercise
glutes,
6.
and also your front of your shin. If you need the chair, you can use the chair actually just to help you balance a little bit, but only put 2 fingers on. Don't grab hold of it with grin death. And let's swap legs. You have 20 seconds. It does feel really hard on you, the old hips. That's it, 5 seconds left.
3.
Try and stand nice
2,
up and tall.
1. Change
Right, we're going to go back to we're going to go to another dance step. This is where we're going to need a bit of extra room as well. I need the back of the chair. What we're going to do is, I'm going to move the chair slightly over here. We're going to get over, down, with our leg out, towards and down.
3,
I'm actually going to step
2,
slightly to the
1.
side so I can get my foot
Exercise
really
7.
far forward. So I'm going to do half of it on one side and half of it on the other side. Let's go. So you need to round your hip out naturally. Let it go where it wants to go. Don't try and force it. So really work your hips really nicely. And let's swap side. Actually no, let's keep on doing it all the way through this time, but we'll do it on the other side the next time. So it's bending over like a ducking, like one of those ducking
3,
birds.
2, 1. Change exercise.
Can you feel it really, really deep in the glutes? Right, we're going to need the mats, I think. Yep, we need the mats. So the bridge heel walkouts. So we need to get down on the floor.
3, 2.
We're going to get on our
1.
shoulders.
Exercise 8.
What we're going to do is going to walk out with our heels as far as you can. Hold those tummy tight. Just keep that back stabilised and walk back. So I tend to do 4 steps, 2, 3, 4, step out, step back. So basically 4.5 really. Really feel that on the back of the hamstrings. It's really imperative that you keep your tummy really nice and tight.
3, 2, 1. Change exercise.
Right, if I remember rightly, it's scissor twist. If it's not, I want to the chat. It is scissor twists. So we'll be starting in the start position. Sorry for that noise. And we're going to be going up. Hand to toes, or hand to shins
3,
if you can't,
2,
or
1.
elbow to knees if you can't do
Exercise
that.
9.
We're going to alternate each side. Really squeeze those abdominals on the way up, because that's the action you need. You don't really want to be working the hip on this one. Doesn't matter if your leg kinks a little bit. It's very tight in the hamstrings.
Three,
2, 1. Excellent.
Change
Last exercise
exercise.
is going to be quadrupeds. So we're going to be on all fours. And we're going to go out, alternate legs. So the closer you're handling your knees together, the harder it's going to be to balance. But you're going to go like, I'm going to go pink
3,
foot, green
2,
hand, out,
1.
nice and straight,
Exercise 10.
down, out, down. So if you remind me later, we'll do a knee tuck for the next one, and then we might change it up for the third one. Need to shout at your camera or your device to tell me to actually change the legs for the arabesque, so we actually start on the opposite leg. 3 seconds now.
3, 2, 1. Water break.
Water break time. Number 4. Reverse lunge with backswing. Or was that the 4 steps out with the heels? Right, so we're going to go back all the way through that now. I could have missed it. You never know on this stream. I need you lot to be observant to notice these things. So if you point them out, even if you think I have missed it, it's always good. I like a bit of interaction. Right, so we're ready for these travelling side squats. In 12 seconds. Remember to keep those feet facing about 45 degrees angles out. 45 degree angles. English, first
3,
language.
2,
Right,
1.
so we're going to go
Exercise 1.
out, down, up, out, down, up, out, down, up. I was going to open the door. Get a little bit of nice fresh air in. Excellent, 15 seconds left. So this is good for
3,
cup
2,
of tea, so it's cup of tea
1.
dunk, cup of tea
Change exercise.
dunk. Neat. There you go. Perfect exercise for you. Right, fencer's lunge. I've got to open the front door. So remember this one is start from the baseline, go out, foot turns out, heel, nice big
3,
long lunge,
2,
out,
1.
and back again.
Exercise 2.
You want a really nice big long lunge. Long lunge. Oh, I can't say that. Because if you don't, your knee will go across your toes and you might find there's a little bit of pressure in that knee. Pointing in the wrong direction. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Change exercise.
Excellent, good. Oh, right, okay, the third one. So it's the front push forward. Sorry, full push forward. So remember, it's up into like a chest press position. I tend to keep my elbows down slightly so it's not locking your shoulders out.
1. Exercise
Push forward,
3.
round those shoulders as you get forward. Really squeeze those abs and bring it back. So you're really stretching the back of your muscles as well as you're squeezing those abs in. It's particularly good for swimming, this. If you did it. You could do it alternate as well. Really squeeze in and you get more of the obliques. Usually they're good when you invent exercises and then suddenly find, hey, you can change it. Right, we're going to do reverse lunge with the backswing. Yes, this is the one you thought we'd forgotten. So it's a reverse lunge, so remember, when you lunge back, whichever leg you go back, the dumbbells or dumbbell will go over to that shoulder.
3, 2, 1. Exercise.
Let's go. You can do the crossbody one, which actually works your kinetic chain diagonally by doing the opposite side. But we're not doing that today. Just mind those those ears inside of your head, don't conk yourself on it.
Three,
Two,
1.
one.
Change
Excellent,
exercise.
good. Doing so well. We've got fast feet now. I'm going to do it with the dumbbells in my hand. You can do if you want. Just put a little bit of extra weight so when you're actually using your
3,
fast,
2,
you're working
1.
yourself a lot more.
Exercise
Try not to
5.
hunch those shoulders up or drop them down too low. If you're a right She-Ra or He-Man, you can always put them out like that. That's anything that you want to. Well, not yet anyway. So try not to bend forward or bend back. Try and keep upright. Because when people do steps, they tend to want to lean forward because the body's used to going in a forward momentum. So you're trying to keep your net centre of gravity normal.
1. Change exercise.
So right, dumbbells down if you've already got them still. We've got attitude pulse. So as you walk forward, I have a very long stride, so I always lean forward a lot more. You always want to keep your centre of gravity in the middle.
3, 2, 1. Exercise 6.
So let's bounce those legs, just small little pulses. Look forward to weekend. Right, has anyone got anything to shout out for the next exercise? And change legs. Trying to type whilst, oops, you look down, suddenly your equilibrium disappears. Yes, proprioception, that's a good way of actually
3,
testing it.
2,
Look from
1.
far to near,
Change
far to
exercise.
near, and see how you can actually balance. You find it very, very difficult. Right, we've got the Arabesque Turnout, so we're going to do the other leg. So you can preset it up. So if we're doing it only on one leg, then you're only using half the room because you're not doing the other side.
2,
So remember, I'm going to step to the side. So we're
Exercise
going to lean
7.
over, we'll come round, the foot comes up and down again. And down, out. Doesn't matter if your leg doesn't go all the way up. It's a really hard exercise to do, but it works from your glute all the way around to your hip when you go it around to the front. Just as long as your leg doesn't fall off, that's the main thing. But on the last set, we will be changing halfway through.
3,
So we'll probably only do
2,
about 15 seconds on each
1.
leg.
Change
Because you have to
exercise.
realign everything. Right, that's that done. So we're gonna go on bridged heel walkouts. Get my mats back in view.
3,
Into the glutes,
2,
bridge position.
1.
So bottom up.
Exercise
Get your
8.
tummy tight at all times. If you need to press down on the floor, you can do with your hands. If you want a harder time of it, you can always put your hands on your chest. You will feel a little bit more pressure on the small of your back, because your small of your back's taking it all. So you need to really keep those abdominals really nice and tight to keep that back stabilised. I wouldn't recommend this with weight on the hip area, because that will
3,
really put too much pressure
2,
on your back.
1. Change exercise.
Ah, we'll flatten down. Excellent. So we've got scissor twist next. So nice star shape. So this is the position that you do after the exercise. You go, oh. Yeah, that's the standard breath
3,
position.
2, 1.
Let's go alternating
Exercise
leg,
9.
arm together. That's it, good. of the clock, so I'm hoping that she's going to count out for me. She remembers better than I do.
3, 2, 1. Change exercise.
Excellent. Right, we've got the quadrupeds. Yes, that's it, quadrupeds. But what we're going to do this time, we're going to do a knee tuck. So we might find that we want to do one side, well, one diagonal for half of it, and then we'll change over halfway through.
3.
So we're going to bring our knee and elbow up together.
Exercise
Push
10.
out, together, out, together. This really gets the balance going, but it doesn't work on changing the balance, because when you actually change from side to side, you need to work your core in a slightly different way. So it's good to change sides. So it's good to change sides, alternating as well, so you actually work in a different way. So this exercise could be quite different if you did like 3 on one side, 3 on the other.
2, 1. Water break.
Excellent, good. There's always different ways of actually exercising. Different ways of actually progressing or regressing exercises. Yeah. I'll send you my hip in the post. I've got a spare one out back, I think. Right, water break. Make sure you get some water. Yeah, many years of misuse. That's why I can get my hip up. Jumping over those pallets. Diving at people in medieval armour. That's how I can. Practicing as well. Just leaning, leg out, and falling over when your shoes aren't very good for balancing. Right, travelling side squats. I almost said travelling sea squats. That's a kind of little creature. Right, so let's get into the travelling side squats.
3,
2, 1, and
Exercise
squat
1.
down and up. This is the one that children like. You can also be Space Invaders. That's it, good, keep it going, 10 seconds left. Really work those
3,
glutes.
2, 1. Change exercise.
Right, excellent, fences lunge. Yeah, those people who've done fencing, they'll probably think, this isn't the right way of doing it. It's not, it's an exercise variation on it. That's right, get in the middle of the area so you know which way to go.
1.
And we're going to lunge out,
Exercise
remember?
2.
And point that finger at, in my case over there, is Tweety Pie. Hello, Tweety Pie. So I want to see people turning on microwaves like this, switching the TV over. Do it enigmatically. Don't just use a little flashy finger. Use the fences lunge. BBC One. Get the news on. Panorama.
3, 2, 1.
Right.
Change exercise.
Full push forward. As Rommel said to the troops.
Three,
Right.
2, 1.
Remember to try and keep nice
Exercise
and
3.
right. So push out. Bend that shoulders. Bend that shoulders. Again, English first language. So really try and stretch that back so you're actually rounding it over. It's almost like doing cat and camel, but standing upright. And you're using the weight to actually activate your core a lot more. So your abs, your bum, your back.
3, 2, 1.
Excellent, good. Right, we're going to do reverse lunge, back swing. It's better if you've got a proper bat like this. You're just driving it up. Three, 2, 1, and back swing.
Exercise 4.
Oops, almost fell then. 20 seconds. Again, well, I've got the razor blade trainers on again today. 10 seconds. That's the problem with having to take clients out. I'm not bothered about taking clients out, but the problem is my trainers get damp, so I've got to use these ones. These set inside.
2, 1. Change exercise.
Right. So fast feet. So remember, people who don't want to do fast feet, you can always do high knees. Point those toes though. Get those toes really pointed.
3, 2, 1. Exercise
Let's go.
5.
So yeah, because there's a few ballet moves in here, extra points for people with photographs and tutus. Or even funnier, your significant others. Mums, dads, great aunties. Three, 2, 1. Brilliant, got your heart rate up there, so let's do the attitude pulse. It's very strange that actually an exercise in ballet has got attitude. Yeah.
3, 2.
Right, so get those toes pointed.
Exercise 6.
Let's bounce those legs up and down. We'll get you in ballet tights sooner or later. It's just a nice easy bounce. Working on your hip. And change over. Oops. Get your balance.
Three,
2, 1. Excellent, good. Right, we're going to do the Arabesque Turnout. So, we will be moving the chair. The more room you have, the easier it is. So I'm looking in the wrong direction, but I'll try.
1.
And let's go. So bend over at the waist, hip out to the forward and down. Try not to rotate the foot you're standing on, because you will want to rotate them inwards. Especially if you can do it without. Like that. Oh goodness, I didn't think I'd be able to do it. And let's change. We'll do another couple of seconds on this. Sorry, I missed it by a few seconds.
Three.
I'm showing off.
1.
Keep on
Change
going.
exercise.
You can probably notice. And last one. Brilliant. Right, so we'll get the mats out now. I think it's the bridge heel walkouts, that's it.
3.
So yes,
2,
as you're doing that,
1.
as you're getting tired and
Exercise
tired,
8.
you notice your leg was probably going further and further down. Right, let's walk out on those heels. Keep that tummy tight. mind that you don't slip, you should be fine as long as you've got a nice friction based floor. That you're not doing it on silicone oil.
3,
2, 1, flop
change
down.
exercise.
Well, let's get ready for the scissor twist.
Three.
Yes, we haven't frozen, I just did that on purposely.
Exercise
Let's
9.
go! Oh, I'm in one of those moods, I think. Oh, the rest of the clients today are going to really get it in the neck. I can't believe the American election is still going on.
3, 2, 1. Change exercise.
Another like big stuff, oh my goodness. Right, quadrupeds. So what we're going to do this time, we're going to go, instead of actually going out, what we're going to do is we're going to go through, thread the needle, and then we're going to swap the side, and we're just going to go through and do a little twist.
3, 2.
Let's try and go low,
Exercise
and get
10.
your hand out. That's it, good, keep it going. Should feel it in your mid-back. I must admit, this must be the biggest needle in the world if I'm threading it. That reminds me, I've got a t-shirt to patch up later
2,
on.
1.
Right, excellent, cool down. Right, we might as well flip back over on the floor, have a few sleeps. As my daughter keeps reminding me, even though she's 15, she wants more sleep for her birthday. Oh, she won't let me forget. Right, so let's raise one leg up, try and keep it nice and straight. If it crooks, take it down a little bit, bring it back. What we're going to do a self P&F stretch. What we're going to do is going to hook your hands together behind your thigh, and when I say push, I want you to push into that hand as hard as you can. Don't raise yourself up, just push in, and when I say release, pull those hands back, but let go of the pushing motion. So you're releasing your leg. Okay, are you ready? And push. And release. Did you get a little bit further? As long as it doesn't hurt. And push. Release. You probably notice how high your leg is now in comparison. You should push between 3 and 6 seconds. Let's bring that knee into your chest now. Try and get that heel into your glutes as well. Really pull it in. You should find it nicely tight over your bottom. Two, one. You're going to get the outside hand, so the opposite hand over the outside of your thigh. You're going to press over, try and keep your shoulder blades on the ground. If one starts lifting up, then you've gone too far. Again, you should feel it over your. Oh, oops. Sorry, I'm trying to point, and then I ended up rolling over. Should feel it in your glutes. Point with the other hand instead. Two, one. If you need help, just push yourself up a little bit further. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a chicken wing. So basically the same hand as the knees up, inside of your thigh, push it out. Try and keep your knee up as high as you can. if you get your leg out straight, you're actually a better person than I am. But it is a good stretch. Try and keep both buttocks on the floor. 2, 1, and down. Let's swap over. Oh, my seam's not straight. When have my seam ever been straight? How long have we got left? Oh, plenty of time. And remember, press and release. You might find that you might not be able to get this further. You should be able to get about 1/4 inch to an inch, depending on the elasticity of your or retention of the muscles. And press. So press into those hands and release. Three, 2, 1, and knee and knee to chest, heel into glutes. Just to illustrate it, got some clients which come to me, and one of them haven't been able to touch the toes until last night, and it's brilliant. It's brilliant just be able to do something that you haven't been able to do before. It's a fantastic feeling. And perseverance is one of the main things for exercise, and specifically mobility, because mobility is so hard to get. And it's such a boring journey, just sat here, just stretching. Right, so opposite arm on the outside of your thigh, push it over. Could never be a pushover in real life.
3, 2, 1. Your timer is complete.
Ignore that woman. Almost finished. And raised up and chicken wing it out. Try and press down on that knee slightly just to open up the hips a little bit more. It's more effective if you use both hips at the same time, but when you're lying down, it's difficult. So what we'll do is we'll actually sit up and we'll do a clamshell in a minute. 2, 1. So what we'll do is sit up. We're going to bring our feet together, pull them in, and try and get those knees down. Don't bounce them as you see some people do. Just try and push them down. You should feel the extra stretch on the inside of your thighs. If you pull your feet back too much, you will fall backwards. And try not to lean over them. If you do lean over them, you do get a better stretch, but we're trying not to round your shoulders as much at the moment. Actually, strange enough, we need to stretch your shoulders. So what we're going to do is we're going to come out of that, nice and easy. The people which are clicking and clacking. What we're going to do is going to try and touch our toes, really stretch those arms out. When you start stretching those arms, you will feel it on your hamstrings as well. So feel it basically running up your legs and over your back and up to your shoulders. It's a nice stretch. 3, 2, 1, and thank you very much all. That's today's exercise over and done with. I hope that everything's going to go back to normal. No more silliness for me, I don't think. Well, okay, yeah, there'll be more silliness, but let's not hurt ourselves. So I hope everyone has a nice, fantastic day and weekend, and I'll see you all on Monday, hopefully at 9:30. I almost went posh then. 9:30 Monday morning for canned workouts. Let's see what we've got there. You love those. Right. Right. Well, thank you very much. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the day. Be safe. God bless and take care, everyone. Bye for now.